What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. Rich is being able to keep your loved ones close and also send them away. Rich is living life your way and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Contact Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Polis, 217-732-4001. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Check, check. There we go. Are we on? We're on. Sounds like, Lloyd says, sound like crap. We are on the cheap seats. Good morning. Broadcasting live from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, the home of Coach Neil Alexander Court. Scott Kirby, Joe Vincent, Joe Ryan, Jim Ash, Lloyd Kirby, and Coach Neil Alexander joining us this morning. Good morning. Last night was the blood a pumping and rushing, because that was an exciting one.
Yeah, it was. I'd like to say it was a lot of fun, but those things aren't very much fun.
Well, Coach, before we get into the game, I know you don't like talking records and wins and all that stuff, but as fans, spectators, and media, we do. 999 wins last night, Coach. It's been a long road. Do you remember when you got your first victory as a head basketball coach?
Yeah, it was back at Joy Westmer. But the first win I ever had as a varsity coach was a football win.
Okay.
So that was way back in 1976.
1976, started out in football. And how long were you at Joy Westmer?
I was there 1 year. Went to Monmouth Yorkwood for 2, spent 11 years at Bushnell Prairie City, and then the last, 35 here at Lincoln.
So from win number 1 to win number 99, what have you learned over the years? And, you've had several good teams in the past. Once you're done coaching, you'll probably sit back and think about it. Obviously right now you got things to do, more wins to get. But, you know, what have you learned over how many years you've been doing this?
Well,
It's been a while.
It's great to have good people around you, and you know, our staff is really good at keeping up on the current ways to play, the things that people do to run offense. Not a whole lot has ever changed in our defense. I would like to think we'd play it better, but a coach is always like that. You know, I talk to the kids all the time about, you know, one of the things we want to do is play a perfect game. That's what you're striving for out there. But I've never seen, or if there is a perfect game that's ever been played, I'd like to see it. But you always strive for that. You strive for perfection, and not only on the basketball court, but off the court as well. And you teach kids a lot of different things. And the kids haven't changed. I just think society has changed, and we've kind of had to roll with it a little bit. But the kids are still kids, and they're good kids. You know, you see me yelling and screaming at them, but I'm not screaming at them. I'm either screaming at their attitude or work ethic. That's what I'm screaming at. And you know, it's been 30 or 49 years has just completely blink of an eye is gone, and it just feels like yesterday I was a young kid out of college and taking my first the head basketball job at Joy Westmer.
How has your demeanor changed from year 1 to year 49?
Well, you ought to ask those guys that were here the first couple years that I was here. But I also had somebody prod me along that way, and that was John Welch. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, he kind of prodded me to, you know, how he was, and he has the same mentality that I have, is perfection, and you know, he always wanted that, and I've learned a lot from every coach that I've ever worked with, and you know, there's no doubt that there's a couple key coaches that have mentored me through the 49 years, and that's Coach Terry Glasgow at Monmouth College. He taught me work ethic. He taught me organization, how to organize. To this day, I still use his practice plan, his form that we used at Monmouth College. I still use that. I have every practice plan from day one that I coached. If you want to know what I did back in 1976, I could go back and pull up one and see what we did. And you know, he just taught me organization. And then Coach Lauren Wallace had a great impact, no doubt. I was able to play for him one year and fell in love with the 1-2-2. Coach Glasgow was a man-to-man coach, so my first few years I was a man-to-man guy until the three-point line came in, and then we played the man-to-man. We basically guarded the paint and let you shoot 15, 20-foot two-pointers. But once the line changed, you had to get out and pressure more, and I had a group at Bushnell that couldn't guard anything, so we went to the 1-2-2.
Why are you looking at me?
We won 20. Well, you weren't on it. We won 24, 25 games in the first year that we started using it, and from that point on, I think that was maybe that must have been in the early mid-'80s when we started using the ball press full time, and I haven't changed anything. And that there's just been a staple of what we've done. It's been at Lincoln High School. I've been here 35 years. Coach Wallace came here in, I believe, 1976. 72, 74. He was at Nokomis 4 years, and then he came here in 76. So the ball press has been at Lincoln High School since 1976. So for 50 years, the ball press has been here and has been very, very successful. And I think it's a staple of the Lincoln basketball.
Let's go back to that first football win. How'd you feel when you walked off that field? Did you know you were going to be successful then when you said, hey, I can coach football, I can coach anything?
I felt comfortable coaching football. I played it. I liked it. And, you know, we done a lot of different things. And that game has probably rotated more than the basketball game with how they play. You know, back then it was definitely a run game. And, you know, you ran a power eye and you just ran the football. And it's grown to where it's a wide open offense now, and you know, if you got the personnel, it's great to watch.
Tight ends are back in the game now. It all just changes and comes back around.
You know, everything they say rotates in a cycle, and you know, football has done that. You know, the other thing that's intriguing to me is, you know, in 1987 was the three-point line came in. Now in 2026, we're bringing in the shot clock. So I'm excited about playing. You know, we've played with it. I enjoy it. We're playing tonight with a shot clock. I really like it. It eliminates, you know, people pulling the ball out and holding the ball and making you play. You're basically playing a bunch of 35-second games.
So as a young coach, is that you took the job because you really wanted to coach basketball, but you had to take these other things to do it? That's what I was wondering.
Yep.
To get the job, you said, I'll coach anything.
Back then, it's not like it is today. You know, there was a lot of people that wanted the jobs, and you know, you had to fight for them. You know, back then, you'd get 100 applicants a position, and boy, you had to fight to find one and get started and get your foot in the door. And, you know, as you interviewed back then, it was, well, you don't have any experience. Well, how are you supposed to get experience? You know, and that was the thing back then. And as times have changed, it's kind of rolled the other way.
How long did you coach football?
1 year.
Just 1 year?
Well, 1 year as a head coach. I coached about 15, 16 years as an assistant. I've coached baseball. I've done track. You know,
were you the first? Did you go right? Was your first year? You also were the head basketball coach, or no? You had to wait on that.
Nope. So, head football, head basketball. The very first year.
Wow. You cleaning the gym and everything, were you?
I was cleaning gym, and that's the God true that after the games at Bushnell back then, you were trying to raise a family, and back then, after I'd coached the game, I'd clean the gym. I made an extra of, I think it's $25, $35, $40 just cleaning the gym after games. And, you know, it was something that you did back then to survive.
Coach, you mentioned that when you were at Bushnell, you switched from man to zone. I was just wondering what brought the 1-2-2 to you. What made that appealing as far as that was the zone that you wanted to go with?
Well, I ran it with Coach Wallace. I played it a year and enjoyed it. I absolutely loved playing the 1-2-2. It was running, it was trapping and moving and making things happen, and I really enjoyed it, and that's the reason that we went with it. And you know, Coach Wallace was pretty successful with it, so we tried to figure. I spent a lot of time, and what I learned as a senior in high school from Coach Wallace, and then my time with John and Larry Engel, who coach with Coach Wallace. You know, we have a drill in practice we call Railer Pride. That was designed by Coach Welch. You know, he put the kind of the skills together that we use in our defense, and you know, that there is, you know, he come up with that, and you know, that's what you get when you got good coaches. It'll come up with things to make things easier, and you know, that was back when I got here in 1990, and we still use the same drills today.
Done with that.
I was letting you go.
Well, let's transition over to last night's game, Coach. A very good Sacred Heart Griffin team comes to Roy S. Anderson. We saw them earlier in the year, and they beat up on us pretty good over at SHG. obviously the Railers have gotten better since then, and so have they. But it was an exciting game last night. We got up by 10 at one point, and then they went on a little run, took the lead. We're down by 7 well into the fourth period, and it wasn't really looking all that great for us, but your kids fought through it. I know we got some illness on the team, so that was huge for them to just stick it out and compete how they did, and then ultimately came away with an overtime win. And boy, it was exciting. It was fun.
Yeah, it was, and I think definitely our crowd had an impact.
Yeah, we've had 2 good crowds here,
and they saw a great game. They're about the 3.5-4 minute mark. I was wondering how the outcome was going to come, but our kids fought back, made some plays, and was able to pull it out. Brody Tungate hit the big shot at the buzzer, and again, that was a lot of fun. The last 30 seconds.
It seemed like the first half, it was, at least to me watching, but it seemed to me like it was a game of runs. We'd get 5 or 6 in a row, and then they'd come back and they hit 7 or 8, and now they're ahead. And then and that's the way the first half went. And then, Coach, the second half, and again, this was just me trying to pay attention while also trying to pretend like I was paying attention to what show we were watching. But I did have the game on the iPad and my earpiece in, and I was listening. It seemed like SHG, especially in the fourth quarter, did you feel like they were purposely getting rebounds and just trying to get up the court as fast as they can, No?
That's our game plan.
Yeah, okay.
They want to push the ball. They want to get up before you can set up. And, we didn't do a very good job funneling to the sideline, and we'll talk about that this morning. But, you have to keep them. And they dribbled, and they had our defense spread because they shot, I don't know how many threes they made last night, but they made a few. I know one player hit 6 of them, and that doesn't settle too well. But
it seemed like they hit 4 in a row to start the darn game after we went our first little run.
Yeah, Sullivan. Brinkman killed us at SHG, so a lot of focus was on him, obviously, and then Sullivan.
If you think about it, they have kind of the same makeup is what U-High have. So, they have 2 shooters outside. They don't have the middleman. I think the freshman, he had to sit out the first half because of some technicals and things, but he made them a little bit better in the middle. That's the only thing that they were missing than what U-High had. And U-High has a stud in the middle, and they got 2 guys that can shoot it. They got a great point guard. And last night they had 2 little scat guards that could very quick, 2 guys sit in the corner, and they would kick it in the middle, kick out, and that's an offense that gives us problems. So we'll be watching the U-High film and the Sacred Heart film because they played us about the same way.
Yeah, they had that guard just in the fourth quarter get the rebound, and then he came down, I believe, 2 possessions in a row and got a layup, and I just thought, well, that ain't going to happen again.
But the reason being, the reason being, they got that shooter that hit 6. He's parked out in the corner, and you got to make your choice. You either come get the ball, and we made the wrong choice.
Pick your poison. It was exciting and a big hit, and I noticed the crowd was.
The crowd was good. Yeah, great crowd.
And thanks to that, that means tonight's game is going to be packed in here.
It's going to be packed.
Come see our kids play a good game. and the fact that it's Lamphere, and it's hard for me to sell to our kids how the Lincoln-Lamphere rivalry is. We're trying to get it back with getting back in the Central State 8 to where we play them. We play them twice a year. This is a non-conference game, so we're able to play with the shot clock, and we want to play rivalry games. That's what it's about.
I agree. That's what high school sports are about.
Yeah,
rivalries.
you bet. It makes the night a lot interesting.
Is it more like rivalry for coaches more than players, just because these kids are only playing 4 years? Does that really give them enough time to show that rivalry, or you just kind of instill that in them?
You hope that over time that Lincoln has rivalries. I think there for a while, the Southeast Lincoln was a rivalry. Lanphier was a big rivalry, and early on in the Central State 8, Springfield High was a big rivalry.
Yeah.
And right now, Griffin has turned into the four Springfield schools. You could say is kind of a rivalry.
Southeast, when Little LT was there, they were a huge rivalry.
That was big, and they've done a great job with it.
But you think, like, for some of the kids that are probably playing now, I'm thinking they were probably little kids in the stands when number one Lanphier and Lincoln played right here on this court the year you guys got second state, and that ought to tell you what the rivalry was growing up. You just see a game, like for me, it was Quincy, because Quincy was always awesome, and we play them maybe once a year, but always in the postseason. So, yeah, I think Lanphier became the Quincy, but for me, it's great that Quincy's back in our lives again. Yeah. Well, number one, because they're not that good right now.
When it was a 2A, we only had two classes, Quincy was a rivalry.
Yes.
We would just look for them to play them in the sectional at the convention center. And those are games that were very good, and they were fun to play in.
Well, Coach, you only got, 4 more regular season games left? Is that after? Yeah, I think.
2 next week and 1 the following week in the regional.
Yeah, so, this season, they all fly by.
And again, this is the last week for the girls.
Yeah.
Next week's their regional.
Yeah, it's really went quick. And
2 weeks from Monday, the official softball date starts.
Wow.
2 weeks from Monday.
Incredible.
That just means warmer weather.
That's
the only thing.
Not if you're out on that baseball field.
No. Don't have to worry about getting it ready.
Yeah.
No.
It's cold. That wind's always howling.
Yeah, but Coach, we got Lanphier come tonight. That is an earlier start. That's a 6:30 tip-off. I think it's 8th grade night tonight. Is that correct?
I think so.
So we'll recognize all of our local 8th grade athletes and future railers. And, you got some 8th graders coming up that are pretty exciting. And, railer basketball for the next several years is looking pretty promising.
Well, we hope so. We keep moving. It's a lot of fun. Kids keep you young. Hang around them and try it.
I don't think you've aged a bit.
Well, I don't think my attitude has, but my body has. I can't get out there and get down and show them how to do it anymore. That's why you call your assistants and, hey,
get in here.
This is what we want.
Show them how to do this.
Yeah. It's got to now where, one of my pet peeves was you walk into a gym and you look over there and a coach is sitting down while he's trying to coach. And I've done that for years, and the old man has to sit down and take a break here once in a while. I got certain segments that Coach E's in charge of, Coach Greg's in charge of, and I kind of space them out, so when I go to those segments, I go over and just sit down and watch them. And that's a very key to our success as the assistant coaches that I have. And I let them coach. They're great coaches. They all could be head coaches if they'd like, but they've chosen to stay here and be a part of this, and it's a special place.
Jeff Hill over there at Petersburg Porter, that guy? Yeah. He's the winningest wrestling coach, I believe, in the state of Illinois. And he was telling me a few years ago, he was still going to opens.
Yeah, those guys still go.
What are you doing?
I got guys that are. I had one guy said, "Well, I ran." He's 82 years old. He said, "Yeah, I ran in the Senior Olympics." You kidding me, dude? I just hope I can walk when my body hurts.
We're going to have to sign him up for a senior league, and get back out there.
That's a good idea. We'll follow that. Get you in rec league. Pop you
out there. I quit at 35. I was done at 35. When I couldn't hardly walk the next day, I said, that's it.
Nothing like being young.
Well, Coach, we know what type of team Lanphier is. Hopefully your kids are home right now getting some fluids. I'm sure you got a little walk around today and some game film, but you know, it's a big game tonight, and well, they're all big games, but you know,
Tonight's a big.
tonight's going to be a big one. Then we got East Peoria Tuesday, and they got an Illinois commit on there, and he's looking
They're
pretty
really
tough.
good. They're
Yeah.
21-3, and I don't know what they did last night. I think they played Morton last night, so I don't know what they did with Morton. I haven't seen any scores this morning, but today we have the girls are playing at 1 and 2:30 right here at Roy S. And they're playing a very good Decatur MacArthur team. I think they might be 21-5 maybe. So if you're not doing anything this afternoon, come on out and support the girls.
You got her.
All right. Well, Coach, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you right here tonight as the Railers take on the Lions from Lamphere High School.
Okay.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
All right, we'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. Rich is being able to keep your loved ones close and also send them away. Rich is living life your way and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Contact Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Polis, 217-732-4001. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 20.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. We're broadcasting live from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium this morning, where the
Just probably got up here.
girls are out here practicing, going through their final preparations for today's game. They play at 1 and 2:30, and we also have some state basketball going on today, Joel. The WLB Wolverines are in the state tournament, and they're playing.
I think it's Peoria something, or Limestone. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, they play at 1, and then right after them, Hartsburg plays.
Hartsburg. So a couple local teams
Yes.
trying to advance in the tournament, and if they both win today, could be a matchup.
Yeah, semifinals. They are both on the same side of the bracket. So if they both win, then they will be in the semifinals. That'd be great for Logan County to have Hartsburg. So if people don't have other obligations and they want to head to Warrensburg Latham High School, you can check out a couple Logan County teams at 1 and 2:30 today.
Yeah, a lot of basketball going on, a lot of success in Logan County. You know, we got the girls who are having a great year, and they're getting prepared for regionals as their regular season's coming to an end. And
Yeah.
it just seems like yesterday we were here for the Thanksgiving tournament, and boom, we're in February, and we're talking about regionals.
Goes fast, man.
It does. Right, Joe?
I've been enjoying listening to you on the radio. You guys have done an excellent job.
Well, thank you. It's fun to do. Games like last night are real fun, and then when you got the blowouts like Taylorville, you know, it's fun to beat a team by 40. But
Well, that game got interesting for some other reasons.
yeah,
They got a little chippy.
that was it. The third quarter was just chaos.
Yeah.
And
3 technicals, right?
yeah, 3 technicals, and yeah, it was get a little chippy. But when you're down by 40, you know, you kind of take things personal, and frustration breaks out. But you know, the Railers able to keep their composure, and you know, and then you follow that up with a very good Decatur MacArthur team, and boy, they've got it all. They've got everything you need to advance deep in a state tournament. You know, they got size, quickness, depth, and that's a tough team. And we could play MacArthur 100 times, and I don't know if we'd win one of them. They're just it's a bad matchup, and they're just good. There's no doubt about it.
And they're deep, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got
It
they got
seemed like
kids.
everybody came in the game was a starter.
Jim's looking at something there. He's trying to
If you let
twist
their
some knobs.
pressure bother you, then they've got you. That's about the only way I would see a team around here beating MacArthur is if you can handle their pressure, don't let them speed you up on offense, you'll be okay, because that seemed like that's kind of what happened to us, especially the first game, but even in the second game, we were right there with them, and then all of a sudden we had turnover, and their pressure just forces you to do things you wouldn't normally do.
And it's pressure for 4 quarters. there's no. That's a lot better.
Yeah.
And Tungate, he's got to handle that. That's a lot to ask him to bring the ball up for 4 quarters against MacArthur, because you're going to get, and then he's got to be have energy to score and run the offense. It's that top of our offense, whether offense or defense, is a lot of hard work, and when you're doing both, it's a lot.
You're in shape.
What's that?
You're in shape.
Yeah, not me, but they are.
I'm saying, when you're doing that job, you're in shape.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and if you noticed last night, they would put Short out there to give Tungate a little bit of a break on the top of that defense, and even bringing the ball up. Komnick brought the ball up a little bit just to give Tungate a moment of non-chaos, because that guy, he's going 100 miles an hour a game, and a lot's asked of him, and then to score the winner like that, where you got to be exhausted, you go into overtime, you've already been playing 4 quarters of nonstop basketball, and to hit that shot, that was huge. That was fun.
He probably slept well last night. Kid had to be tired.
Well, they get to do it again today, and we got West Lincoln Broadwell. Yeah, they're playing at 1. They're playing Carrollton St. John, and then Hartsburg's playing Peoria Limestone Walters, and everything else is up north. Mattoon, St. John's are taking on Chicago St. John, and then St. Anne against Kewanee Visitation. So, the winners will move on, and they'll play tonight. 2 games. If you win, you play again. So
championship's Monday, I believe, at 7:30, maybe something like that.
Yeah, February 12th. That's
Tuesday or Wednesday then.
Thursday?
I think the 14th is on a Friday.
Okay. Whatever the 12th is, that's when the championship is. Joe?
I might go over and check out the game today at 1 if I.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to.
And that's you say, is it
WOB.
Yeah, where are they playing that at?
Warrensburg.
At Warrensburg Latham High School. Yeah.
20-minute drive.
Yeah, it's just right down the road there, and able to catch that and root on the Wolverines and the is it the Stags for Hartsburg?
Yes.
For the junior high. Okay.
I think.
We'll say it is. I'm sure it is. But yeah, congratulations to those teams and representing Logan County real well.
Yes.
So.
Shot at a state championship coming up for one of them, right?
Yeah, one of them.
Does that game put you in the state championship?
Yeah.
I mean, the winner, if they play each other late, that game puts you in.
So if they play tonight, the winner goes to the championship.
Goes to the championship, yeah. So
hopefully they do. It'd be great if they both got there, because then they'd both be bringing home.
Well, I don't think they both
they got to play each other.
No, I mean to the Final Four.
So yeah.
Some hardware.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, you win one more game, you get a nice little plaque and a trophy. So.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yes.
It's a big deal. A big deal tonight.
It's a couple big deals tonight. Not only here, but a little few hours north of here.
Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan State. That'll be a tough one. We'll see what Izzo decides to do with Fears, if Fears is going to be on the court, because he said he might set him because he's been playing a little dirty the last couple of games.
Do you think he really sits, and I'm an Izzo fan too, he's an excellent coach. Do you think he really does sit him in this big game?
No,
or does he go
no chance.
Get out there.
No chance.
Yeah. Maybe the first time out he'll put him in or some nonsense. Which
he may not start him, but he's not going to be on the bench long. But it's Illinois look really good against Northwestern the other night.
Yeah, good for 12 games in a row.
And Northwestern usually gives us a game, and we always struggle at Northwestern.
You're right.
I don't think we've won there in 7 years, and finally got her done this year. It's a tough place for us to play for some reason, but boy, they made up for it the other night, and then a big one tonight.
Well, let's talk about that a second. We always talk about these teams, because I'm a guy that's always said, in high school basketball, you lose 3, 4, 5 games. I know everybody wants to win them all, but it's not that big a deal. You want to be tournament ready. And same thing in college. I think if you lose a few, it doesn't matter, but you're all about the seedings and stuff. But, Illinois, are we hoping that they're not peaking too early? Because right now, man, they've been on a 12-game streak of they are tough.
Yeah, I don't know that they're necessarily peaking. I mean, they're just good.
They're playing tough, man.
They're a mismatch nightmare. You got the 2 Ivicic boys out there. How are you going to guard that when you're 7'2" and can shoot the 3 and then also play around the rim? And then you got David Merkovic 6'10", who can handle the ball and pass. And then Wagler,
he hits a half-court shot. He's so hot, he's making half-court shots now.
That kid's amazing.
Just
and
throws it up.
His stock is rising, and nobody expected that. A kid that was only recruited by 3 major division schools, and obviously Illinois being one of them.
Where's he from?
That was a steal. He's from
Shawnee, Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah. And
How did those guys miss him out there?
well, he played AAU, but wasn't in those big AAU tournaments, so he didn't have the exposure, and he just kind of fell. I don't want to say fell through the cracks, but that's kind of what he did. And
Yeah.
good for Illinois.
I think what I heard is Tyler was at a tournament and he was scouting somebody else. And
Yeah.
Keaton just caught his eye. So
That's what I heard.
That's how it went.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
The kid's only 18, 19 years old, and you put about 20 pounds on him of muscle. Wow.
They said the other night he added 20 pounds
Yeah.
since he got here. So imagine how skinny he was when he first got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at him and I think, well, he's going to pop right out and be a lottery pick, it's all wonderful and you're going to make $1 zillion, but I look at how you're just a kid and you're going in to play with some men.
Yeah, and
you're not ready for that.
And his composure is amazing. I mean, he doesn't really get flustered. He's always cool-headed, doesn't get overly excited, and just goes about his business. And man, he's pretty good. I like to see him around another year, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Just going to say, can we get him to stick around one more year?
Well, I tell you, these days you can almost make just as much in college as you can in your first contract in the pros,
Or depending on where you get picked.
Yeah.
If you get picked after, like, say, the 8th or 9th, maybe the 10th pick, I think I did this exercise the other day. They were talking about it on the radio. Somebody said, well, maybe he'll come back, and well, no, it's too much money. And they said, actually, if Illinois could come up with, I think it was $6.5 to $8 million for next year for Wagler, they could keep him because with this class, he's probably not going to go any higher than 6 just because of there's 5 studs already. But the difference if he stayed and made, like, let's say $6 to $8 million at Illinois, and then went back and maybe was the number 1 pick, then he'd see a huge difference in the salary because from 1 to 10 is a whole different ball game financially in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if Illinois can come up with $8 million for one guy, but other teams will.
So
Yeah,
where do we
for
stand
sure.
with that? Like, I don't know. Like, as far as all the money goes, where do we sit? Are we in the top?
Well, they passed
25.
What, the revenue sharing stuff?
Yeah,
So I
well,
think starting this year or next, there's a pool of $20 million that Illinois, the school, can pay out of this $20 million pool to their NIL athletes. But boosters and people like us not people like us, but people like us that had, let's say the 3 of us had an extra $1 million in our pocket, right? We could make Keaton Wagler come and stay in
It's incredible.
Yeah.
on top of that.
Isn't it? Wow.
And Illinois has got some, off the top of my head, there's at least 3 or 4 billionaire donors, alumni that are involved in sport, like Shad Khan, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's a billionaire. Well, guess where he went? One of the guys that co-founded Google, Illinois.
Yeah.
And there's other people, obviously, but that's kind of what happened in Indiana football. Mark Cuban and those people showed up with a big pile of money to help Cignetti out. Well, if somebody can come up with enough money, they can really keep everybody they have this year except for Boswell. I mean, literally everybody's eligible to come back.
Yeah.
But does money really buy you that good a team?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Apparently.
Yeah, look at the Dodgers.
Yes, it
look at the
does.
Yankees. Yeah, it does. But
Let's talk about the Olympics for a minute. There are mostly all paid athletes now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's taken away from that. I don't know, it's just taken away from it.
Well, I saw a thing yesterday. They were talking about here's the 3rd richest female athlete in the world, and you probably never heard of her, and it was a snowboarder. Well, the first 2 or 3 were tennis, Coco Gauff and another tennis player, Swiatek, I think. And then 3rd was this snowboarder who I personally never heard of, but she makes like $100,000 from the country for the snowboard, and she makes like $33 million in endorsements a year. That's pretty good cash.
Yeah, and then I think Dennis Rodman's daughter just signed a big contract. She's like the #1 paid player in soccer now.
Trinity.
Really?
Yeah.
She plays for Team USA.
Yeah.
Really?
Trinity Rodman. And has zero, well, not her doing, but her and her dad doesn't have anything to do with her.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Nope. Never has.
Well,
Does she have any tattoos? Because her dad did.
Oh, yeah, he sure did.
Boy, he was something on that team, wasn't he? You know, without him, the Bulls don't win all those.
Right.
As good as Jordan, Pippen, and everybody are.
Well, that was a guy that said, rebounding and defense is good enough for me. And when you're...
and all you got to do is rebound and kick it out to Jordan. That's your MO right there. Yeah.
He was a funny man.
Speaking of, I guess if we're going to talk NBA, the Bulls are kind of cleaning house. They trade Ayo up to the Minnesota Timberwolves, so he's playing with TJ now, Shannon, so that's exciting. But what are the Bulls doing? I mean, I thought they had a decent year, you know, they're kind of up and down, and now they're just trading everybody and starting from scratch, it looks like. I mean, I don't know about the guys coming in because I don't really follow NBA a lot, but boy, Ayo is up and coming, and he was probably the best player on the floor for the Bulls.
It seemed like what they were going to do until Ayo was the last one to go. I thought they decided, all right, we'll keep Ayo and we'll build around him type of thing, and I have no idea what they've alienated a lot of their fan base. I hope they realize that.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of people in Chicago, forget Illinois people down here, they are not happy that they got rid of Ayo at all.
No.
And they're also not happy that Arturas Karnisovas is getting a third chance to rebuild the Bulls as the GM, which usually you get one, maybe two, never three, especially when you're terrible. So I don't know what they're doing. If Ayo had to go, which stinks because everybody got to watch him here for free. Now, if you want to watch them play, you're going to have to buy the NBA ticket. That's the only way you're going to see the Timberwolves games. I'm glad he went there because now I got two guys on one team.
Yeah.
But I'll miss being able to go to NBC Chicago and just watch the game.
Yeah, me too. And I don't watch a lot of NBA anyway, but, you know, if the Wizards on, I'll watch them. Timberwolves, obviously the Bulls, the Heat.
KJ's starting, and Will Riley's been starting. Will Riley
just had a huge night the other night.
18, 8, and 8 the other night, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Which is good.
So, yeah.
They didn't get, as far as what they got back, Anthony Simmons, remember, he was Dame Lillard's running mate in Portland. He was an all-star for a few years. He had a couple years he averaged 20 points a game. I think he's down in the career about 15 points a game. He's a good player, but he's maybe, like, if he's your fourth best player, you probably got a good team. Not like, oh, well, they've got him now.
Right.
You know, and they've got 9, I believe, second-round picks they acquired. I don't know about you guys, but outside of Ayo, can you think of, like, a franchise-altering second-round pick?
No.
Let alone 9 of them? And then everybody said, well, they're doing this because they're going to go get Giannis. And then that didn't happen. But then if you go get Giannis, who's he going to play with?
Yeah, who are you going to put him with?
They're just in nowhere land. And they've been in nowhere land for like a decade.
Yeah, I don't know what their ultimate end goal is, but it's not looking real promising.
I won't be watching anymore because I don't have any reason to.
No.
I haven't watched an NBA game since Jordan played. maybe if you get down to that game 7 or something, I'll tune in for the fourth quarter or something.
Yeah.
But
I watch it a lot.
if you go to the games, they're very cool. Have you been to some games?
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah, I've been to.
It's very cool when you go to the game, but I'll never sit around and watch it.
Yeah, when I went to the Bulls game back when they had D Rose and that team, and it felt to me like the court needed to be bigger because these guys are just
Isn't it amazing how
grown
small
men.
the court looks when they're on it?
It's. I mean, watching it on TV is completely different than watching it live. It just felt like they need to extend this court out about 10 feet. With 10 feet,
Raise the rim 2
There's just no
more feet.
room for these grown men, and it was neat. But yeah,
Especially down to the corner.
Yeah.
Like you barely, your foot is almost on the 3-point line and almost on the out of bounds line. How they get down there and catch and shoot that with somebody in their face and make it like that is crazy.
They do, and it's amazing. But yeah.
So what do you think tonight at Sparty? You expecting Illinois to keep it going, or?
I always expect them to, and yeah, I just think Illinois right now we're rolling. I like what they're doing. Jake Davis is hitting some shots. Obviously, they're going to be keying on Wagler tonight. But, I mean, you got 5 guys on the court at all times that can score. You know, we're, the number 1 offensive efficiency in the nation, and I think like a record from back when they started keeping stats. But Illinois has a very efficient offense, and their defense after that first Nebraska game has really amped up, and they're playing good defense. So I expect them to keep it rolling. It's going to be a close one. Izzo always keeps it close somehow. But
could be like half the game he's out on the court. That might have something to do with it.
Yeah, he is.
And he's like him and Hurley. They never leave the refs alone, ever. The whole game. Every call is the end of the world. Mm-hmm. It's just
and it's annoying.
It's annoying. You're right. It's annoying.
And those 2 guys, they try to, and a lot of times they do. They bully the referees.
Yeah, and he's not a big guy. I met him down in the tunnel at one of the Illinois games, and I was looking down on him.
Really?
He's only probably 5'6".
Did you bump him or anything?
I shook his hand. And
okay.
A little
tight one.
chest bump, but yeah, he's always jawing, and he more times than not gets the calls. But
I worry. I do. So Nebraska kind of laid out the game plan of let's just try to knock the crap out of Wagler and see what happens, because they really beat him up that game.
Yeah.
And then Northwestern blitzed him the first half, so that's why part of the reason they only had 13 points. But Wagler's like, I don't care if I score, I'll let these other guys score. Well, you want to see scoring? Here you go. And to your point, it's the highest rated offense in the history of college basketball ever.
Yeah, and hopefully they can keep it rolling, because right now they're fun to watch. And they got a tough schedule coming up. You still have Michigan State, you have Michigan, Indiana. So it's for them to stay up there in the top 5. They gotta play Illinois basketball.
February 27th is Michigan. If they both win out, they're both going to be 17-1 going into that game for the Big Ten championship at Illinois, prime time on Fox. That could be the game of the year type game.
Absolutely. That place will be rocking.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll finish it up here on the cheap seats on WLCN 96.3 FM.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. Rich is being able to keep your loved ones close and also send them away. Rich is living life your way and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Contact Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Polis, 217-732-4001. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 20.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM, broadcasting live from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Scott Kirby, Joe Ryan, Joel Vinson, Jim Ash, Lloyd Kirby. Jim Ash really not doing anything today. Just hanging out.
Playing on his phone like a 12-year-old girl.
He'll hear this in about 10 seconds because there's a delay.
You guys want a couple little tidbits from the Illinois games recently?
Absolutely.
So, Joe, check this out. The other night when Illinois played Northwestern, they held Northwestern to 44 points. Illinois had 50 rebounds, so they had more rebounds than Northwestern scored points.
Oh, jeez.
50 to 44. All right, now here's another one. After they beat Nebraska, they became the sixth team in AP poll history, which is 1949, to play consecutive road games against top 5 opponents and win both. So the sixth team since 1949 to have back-to-back, well, not they had a game in between, but top 5 road wins. So that's a long time ago.
Yeah. That's impressive, Joe.
Very impressive.
And Wagler was the first player since 1949 to score 25-plus points and multiple road wins against top 5 teams. So he's the only player that's ever done that. So there's a trend here. This team starting to this might actually be the team finally.
Well.
And the one thing I've noticed, we talked about a little while ago, I think we were off the air, but Northwestern every year was a problem. Penn State, every year we'd lose a game to Penn State we shouldn't have. Those games that were getting us this year, it's not. And that is really different. When we play big games, we step up. When we play people we're supposed to squash, we squash them.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about a big game tomorrow.
Yeah, let's talk about the Super Bowl.
The bowl of some type. Is it Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl.
Wow, fun stuff at the Super Bowl.
Arizona and the Bears, right?
Yeah, Arizona. We've finally hired a coach. We won't talk about them. Let's talk about the Super Bowl.
No, you hired a coach? I didn't even see it on ESPN.
LaFleur.
Oh, from the Rams?
Well, and that's a 100%. I don't really know good or bad about him. The Rams have had success, so I'm okay with the pick, but it's 100%. He wanted the job more than they wanted to hire him because he's never been a head coach, and they know he'll do whatever he does. So Bidwell said, yeah, we'll take you, and he might be very good.
And he may not.
No,
based on the offense, systems he's been in and what he likes to run. To me, the first thing I thought of, that's a clear signal that Kyler's probably gone, right? Because he doesn't fit.
He's my hero already. He's my favorite coach in football. If he runs Tyler off,
they want a Stafford or a Goff. They want somebody that's accurate and can drop back and get the ball where it needs to be, not run around.
And about class, we talk about class. There's guys out there that you just like because they're good dudes. Did you see Stafford's speech from winning a thing? Just look it up. It's just a class act, of a lot of thanking everybody else and not me, I. He was very good speech. Stafford winning Offensive Player of the Year.
Doesn't surprise me.
But no, it doesn't. But if you're going to pick this game, I'd like to know what you guys think picking this game.
I kind of like the Seahawks. They've been rolling.
Everybody likes the Seahawks.
But usually it's the opposite of what I say. So it's New England.
I know this is ridiculous in certain Super Bowl. I still find myself thinking, I don't think New England's that good. Like, how did they get here? They've won one game all year during the regular season against a team with a winning record, and obviously they won a couple in the playoffs now. But to be honest with you, Denver gave them that game.
Denver had no quarterback.
The Patriots were doing nothing even in that game, and Stidham threw that ridiculous interception, and they took back for a touchdown, changed the whole game.
Denver wins that game without
Denver. If Peyton would have kicked the field goal to go up 10-0, I think that game's over because then that snowstorm showed up and there was hardly
But he
any
didn't
more
know
points.
the snowstorm was coming, I don't think.
Well, then that's on them because they should
They
know.
knew it was coming.
They got a weatherman.
I heard that too, Joe, and I thought, how do they not know? It's Denver.
Yeah.
You have to assume it's going to snow, right?
Yes.
So as far as the game, I'm Seattle.
I think it's...
hopefully Witherspoon wins MVP and Seattle wins. That's what I would like to see happen. But
I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to throw it all on Vrabel's back because I loved him when he played, and he's an excellent coach. And I just feel like he will be the most. He'll have the Patriot team the most prepared of anything, and they play right with him.
Yep.
And I think it's a field goal.
They got a good quarterback. They're kind of, maybe the thing with me is, as I think about it, maybe they're just not as exciting. It's not that they're not good. I don't get excited about Drake May, but he's very good. He does his job. There's no running backs on their team that I get real excited about. Stephon Diggs is okay, but there's no, like...
You're right.
But they show up with their lunch pail. They're ready to go to work, to your point, and they do. They get the job done.
All right, guys. Well, it's 10 o'clock, and we have to go. Yep. So
a lot of fans think, boy, does that show fly by.
It does when you talk about stuff.
I've seen the text and the email messages come in. They want us to go for 2 hours, but
I can't. I have other obligations, and I have to get going. So. Thanks for tuning in to the Cheap Seats. Railers are at home tonight against Lanphier. Get on out and watch a good game, and hopefully Coach Al can get 1,000 wins tonight and Komnick 1,000 points.
Awesome.
So, all right, that's going to do it for us here on the Cheap Seats. We'll talk to you next week.
Good day.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.